It's the thought that counts applies to many situations, including ours. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. Approximately about a month ago I found out that my spouse committed infidelity on me and I just don't understand exactly how and what I'm supposed to feel. Last year my wife, 20F, was working at a place that I, 25M, absolutely disliked. She worked at an ice rink and as someone that enjoys hockey very much, I was happy that I could skate for absolutely free. Over the course of a few months, it went from a place that I didn't mind being in, to an aggressive environment where I could tell that everyone around me seemed to hate me and I don't know why. What I learnt was that she was lying about me to her associates and is creating a picture of me as a psychologically violent asshole. At the time we were arguing way too much and we both have said things we shouldn't have. In my opinion, it was absolutely nothing unusual for a husband and wife in a heated argument. Yet it was ridiculous considering we hadn't even been married for 6 months during that time. As she continued to spread lies about me, her coworkers began motivating her by informing her just how right she was. That she was worthy of a better relationship and that I had was not good enough for her, and so on. She admitted to me that the responses made her feel great. So it became a form of venting about us arguing, then to her lying about what kind of person I was due to the fact that she loved how their encouragement made her feel. She really did not care what she was doing to me, even when I told her that I could feel the tension when I went to visit her at her job. The looks I would get, the changes in her coworkers' tone that I'd experience in real time. It troubled me and she didn't even care. Christmas was coming up and her company was throwing a small party. Note that these idiots did this during COVID without masks in a small house. And my wife invited me to go. As the party got closer, the tension I mentioned earlier was also building and I didn't exactly want to go. I knew it would be a hostile environment and I wasn't comfortable with it. I did ask her not to go, but she insisted to a strange degree. She also didn't have many friends, so I assumed that was why. Even though my gut did tell me otherwise. All of this is not even mentioning that months earlier, which started most of the fighting to come, she joked to me that she was cheating on me at her work. That planted a seed in my head and I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was conflicted about how mad I was, if she was actually joking or not, and was it even possible to do so. Technically it was possible to do, but it was highly unlikely for whatever that's worth. Anyway, skip ahead to the day of the party and about 40 minutes before we're about to leave, as she's doing her makeup, she decided to tell me that I shouldn't go. She mentioned that I didn't really want to go anyways and that it wouldn't be a good idea because none of her coworkers liked me. Despite me knowing that, the fact that she went from trying to convince me to go with her to telling me to stay home was weird. Something seemed off, especially considering that she was oddly insistent that I don't go even though I told her I'd suck it up for her. She kept trying to talk me out of going and that gut feeling started acting up. I told her that given the circumstances I wasn't comfortable with her going, and asked her not to go. She vehemently refused to entertain the idea because she wanted to do something for her for once. I found that to be manipulative because at the time she was making almost nothing but selfish decisions after selfish decisions. She wasn't budging, so as per usual I did. I told her we can go and drop off the cookies she made, chat for a few and then we leave. When we got there I refused to leave the car because I felt angry and on guard. And she took far too long in the house, clearly trying to go back on our deal. She even started a fight on the way home saying that I was selfish and all the usual stuff. Skip ahead to a month ago and we were driving to pick up pizza and I just had a gut feeling. I pressed on in a conversation and it turned into her saying something that I don't remember now, but it made me bring back up that job. She was no longer employed there because she finally agreed to quit when I said just how uncomfortable I was with an environment that was toxic to me and that it was hurting our marriage. One thing led to another and she revealed that not only did she stop loving me for about 6 or so months, this coming less than 6 months after getting married, so huge red flag, but the reason she was trying to convince me not to go to the party was because she wanted to cheat on me. There was one coworker, that I'll call Mike, that I never liked because that was the specific name she cited when she joked about cheating on me. Turns out that she had a crush on him, had stopped loving me and wanted to pursue him. She liked him because he was tall and cute and nice to her. She said that she wanted him physically and to keep me around, but if he wanted a relationship she would have left me. She wanted to go to the party alone to be as close to him as possible and admitted that if he wanted her to, she would have blown him and kissed me when she got home. Without brushing her teeth. The funny part of the story is that he had zero interest in her. She didn't find out until weeks after the party, but I couldn't help but bash that information over her head when she told me all of this. She treated me terribly, lied about me, manipulated me, planned to cheat on me and physically hit me, all for a guy that wanted nothing to do with her. I 100% consider this cheating. She planned on cheating on me and engaged in actions to attempt to. The only reason she didn't physically cheat was because, 1, I'm not stupid and didn't fall for it during the Christmas party, and 2, he didn't even want her. Also, the only reason this wasn't a 100% deal breaker is because it wasn't physical. I'm one of those idiots that thinks as long as you didn't go through with the action there is still hope to redeem yourself. She even told me that when she realized he didn't want her she went home to me and cried in my arms, telling me that she just had a long day. Seriously, I still can't believe that. She went on to say that she didn't start falling back in love with me until Mike gave her advice for our anniversary trip. It made her realize he didn't want her and just how bad of a person she was being to me. She realized that after all of that I still stood by her and loved her. I'm not entirely sure I believe that because she proceeded to treat me even worse since then and admitted she was never going to tell me. Over the last month we've been fighting constantly and I just want it to end. I've broken down multiple times telling her that all I wanted was my marriage. All I want is the woman I love and I don't understand why I've had to live like this for over a year. Pretty much since 4 or so months after we got married she's been terrible to me consistently. I'm miserable. I've wanted to just cry for a month and I just can't. I can't feel anything when I think about it. I know I'm not attractive, she's made sure to let me know that over the last week especially. I know I'm not rich or anything like that, but I've loved her unconditionally. I have tried to push her to become a better person and I have never given up on her. I don't know why that isn't enough and I don't know why I can't feel anything anymore. I mean, I can feel other emotions like excitement for getting a hockey jersey, but my positive emotions just die after a little while and I feel empty, numb. I can't feel anything. She's going to individual counseling and seems to show remorse and make efforts to try to fix this, but I'm at the point where I don't want another year of misery. I just want to go to work, go home, make my dumb videos, watch some movies and spend time with my wife. I don't understand why my simple desires can't be met. I just know that I want someone to tell me for once in my life that everything is going to be okay. Here are some of the best comments from our community. Your wife told you she would let some guy cum in her mouth and she would have had no problem coming home and making you, unwittingly, taste his cum? Drop this waste of humanity now, absolute horrible individual. If you stay with her after all she did to you, you deserve everything you get. She's trash and thinks you're ugly, why even bother? Find someone that appreciates you. BTW, she's way too young and that's another reason why you shouldn't have married her. That and her horrible personality. Why did you even marry her in the first place? Is her facade and manipulation game that strong? I think your wife is a narcissist. I think it's good to cut losses now as your marriage is not even that long. I'm sorry to be this cruel but it's for the better, who knows how much worse she can do. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.